A popular stereotype of artists is the failure who suffers for his art. In my research, I aim to locate when, in art history, the concept of the failure established itself, how it became such a stereotype, and how it developed into an exemplar for artists to emulate. Edouard Manet, and particularly his experience submitting paintings to the Salon in the 1860s, represents a crucial instance of this stereotype because his life and the failure he experienced during it are evidence of a shift in the perception of failure. I argue that Manet's failure is the first in a chain of events which signify a dramatic shift in the public perception of the artist, and especially the idea of the failed artist. I conduct my analysis through a historiographical reading of the biographies of failures, tracing the avant-garde failure from its beginnings in the 19th century through to its prominent place in the 20th century in order to reveal the development of a rhetoric of failure in the genre of artist biography. To create the framework for this study, I used the historiographical approach of Hayden White in his seminal text, Metahistory: The Historical Imagination in 19th Century Europe, which was later continued by historical theorist Robert Birkhofer and art historian Catherine Suslov. These theories posit that historical writing may be reduced to tropes and recurring narratives, which in turn are parts of four larger meta-narratives which are reused throughout historical writing. By applying the work of these authors to artist biographies, I am able to contextualize the lives of drastically different artists from different times in order to show how they all relate to art history as we understand it today. I feel that this narrative of the avant-garde failure culminates in the career of Marcel Duchamp, who employed the trope of artistic failure to his advantage in his career, suggesting that he was, to some extent, aware of the narrative and its influence on the art world. Duchamp used failure as a tool in his artwork, and I examined the function of failure in several of his major works in order to demonstrate this point. My study of failure in the biographies of artists at once sheds new light on previous scholarship on the artists at hand, while also providing a new direction for historiography and art history by presenting failure as the distinguishing characteristic of modernism and progress.